It all started with turtle poop. Let me explain. We started feeding turtle poop water to this beautiful ficus right here, because this ficus is kind of finicky. And what we noticed is that the leaves got real dark, and that the turtle poop did this plant a lot of good. So I'm very excited to see new growth like this with the darkness to it. Dark leaves, happy little plant here, happy little tree. So then what happened? Then I figured I could probably grow aquarium plants better. It all started with turtle poop. Then the power of the poop hit me. I was looking at this grow bed of frog bit, and I was looking at this grow bed of frog bit, and everything is essentially the same except for one thing. In here is a ridiculous school of tilapia, and the tilapia are swimming around and tilapia cleaning, and I noticed something. I noticed that the frog bit coming out of here had a darker color and a slightly higher growth rate than everything else. And all I could figure, and the only variable that changed, was the amount of fish waste. Then I realized the power of the poo. And I realized that the power of the poo could be amplified by adding more fish. Then I realized that I like buying fish, and everything went out of control. Here's what happened. So I went fish shopping, and I asked myself, what's the goal I'm trying to achieve? Well, if we're gonna keep fish in the basins, we gotta keep something that we can see. I thought about a fish called a leperinus. It's black and white striped. Then I heard they're kind of, they like fast moving water, and I got slow moving water. So those fish were out. And then I thought about the Proculotus, and then I realized that they get too big and they get kind of mean, and so those were out. And then I was like, why don't I just go with something that might have omnivore tendencies, will be bright in a tank, and will also school, and is hardy. And I came across Rosy Barbs. Now, I wanted the regular Rosy Barbs, but the salesman at the supplier convinced me to get the Golden Barbs, and I highly recommend that you listen to people that are around the fish that you're trying to buy, because he was right. These are beautiful, beautiful golden rosy barbs, and with smaller schools, they're a little bit more aggressive. They can handle lower temps, and in general, they're considered a pretty hardy fish, and we got a pretty hard environment around here. So I'm gonna put these hardy fish with an insanely bulletproof plant called Bolbitus heudelotii. Note, the Bolbitus will not care. I'm putting these in here to show you how cool a school will look of a really, really bright light color fish over a really dark plant. So here it comes. But this is how you actually want to add fish to your aquarium. A lot of people get this wrong. This is how we acclimate fish. We have a giant bag of 75 Neon Rosy Golden Barbs. And what we're gonna do is, instead of letting all of this nasty fish waste in here, we're gonna dump them into this bag, and then we're gonna dump them in here, and you're gonna see an awesome display of fish. Because you don't want all of that nasty water in your aquariums. Yes, the best way to go would be to isolate them and quarantine them in a quarantine tank, but these are going in with some tilapia, and they're actually super hardy, so I'm not too worried about it. Now, here we go. They're all in there. Andrew, you ready?